Alright, welcome everyone. Hope y'all are having a great Sunday. I certainly am. Thanks for joining me today. We'll be continuing building on our Enshrouded village project for the forest village, which will be super fun. And for those of you who missed the first video where we went over some of the planning and blocking things out, I'll do a little preview and overview of that to catch y'all up, and kind of re-go over my content plan and everything for this project. So basically the plan is to do a series of videos and live streams. So the live streams will be for us all to chat, brainstorm, come up with ideas, do landscaping, and like do what I'm doing today, finishing off the staircase within the tree. Because in the last video we blocked out the center of the tree, hollowed everything out, and we got to turn all these blocky things into a nice looking staircase to get up the tree. And then the next video will be officially building the first big tree house here. So that's kind of the content plan, is live streams are in between stuff, chat with you all. How's it going, Jerome? Well, welcome to the stream. And then videos will be for each individual build as a video. So for those of you with less time who want to just catch the builds, can watch those videos. But it's always fun to chat together, have a fun time on live streams, and build a bit. Hey Calitron, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Alright. So yeah, hopefully you all can hear me and see me okay. Looks like everything's working today. For once you're home in time. Oh, nice. Cool, yeah. So maybe it's because it's Sunday. Maybe we'll get a few more people home today. It's been pretty quiet in the realm of YouTube lately. I think a lot of people are finishing up summer vacations and other things and work and all. I don't know if any of you guys have plans for the summer, for the remainder of it anyway. But I can't wait for winter. We'll be doing a lot more on the channel for sure. That's always when my busier season for YouTube picks up, is in the winter, and then summer I've got lots of work. So gotta manage that as well. But good to be here when I can. So with that, I since last video I went ahead and put in some of these little lights, torches, just so that we can see today and be able to do that without using up a ton of wisp lights. So that's all I've done though since the planning video. I've got that linked in the description as well, and y'all can go to my channel, check that out after the stream or whatever, to get caught up if you want to on sort of how we came up with this blocked out stairway plan. And today we're going to be working on this little sneak peek here that I'll be going over with you guys. How's it going, Peggy? Welcome. Hope you're doing well today. So yeah, in the last video we did that branch up there to hold the platform for the treehouse. Did this door, and since last video also, this is what I've done. I've sort of come up with some designs of how the staircase could sort of be. This is all going to get changed around today. This is what we'll be doing today. But basically taking these big foundation blocks and seeing how they could make for a cool staircase. And I've got some different options for y'all to sort of vote on here. Firstly, this is how they would sort of look just being the stone, which I don't think I'm a big fan of. But this was just sort of to test how would it actually go together and how would it look, just as something that we could sort of get up. And then I tried it out of the VUCA. I think this is the plated block, just to see how that would look. And I like the look of this, but it looks a little busy with how many little sticks and stuff are coming out. Looks like, you know, if it was for real, you could definitely stub your toe and stuff as you're climbing up. But this was kind of a design I was liking a bit. Was sort of using the forget the official name of that block. What was it? VUCA Temple Stones. The VUCA Temple Stones mixed with a little bit of the plated block and a little bit of stone, to almost create like this jungle feel, this very natural stepping feel up the tree. But what do you guys think? And I'm open to other block suggestions as well. That'll be a big part of today too, is kind of planning some block palette stuff for this project, because it's always good to sort of set that in stone before getting started. You're doing good, Peggy. Awesome, awesome. Glad to hear. I'm definitely doing well as well. So yeah, what do you guys think about some of this? This is how the staircase would be in the steeper design as well. The reason I'm sort of going really steep with it rather than cutting the steepness in half, you see I've got plenty of room above my head. I could certainly go for a shallower staircase, but with how tall this tree is, if it's really shallow, it's going to take us a long time to climb that whole staircase. Because we'll just be spinning around in circles forever until we get up to the top of the tree. So I was kind of thinking doing a steeper design here would be nice, just kind of around this center portion of the tree. And then this outer section, you can see that I've left like a bit of a platform on each of these little outer sections. And the reason for that is that I could cut a doorway into any of the sides of the tree here to create little rooms, have little balconies, go out to a little treehouse, for example. So that was kind of the design here. I think this is about the steepest I can go with a staircase to where I'm not sprinting or jumping. I can just easily walk right up it because the Enshrouded characters, it's really nice. They just smoothly go up any blocks. So I can easily walk up it, can get up really fast toward the center there, and then have enough space here to go into a doorway if I wanted to cut doorways into each side. So that's kind of the plan. Drone says looks cool. Awesome. Do you like this? Do you like this top block section, Drone? This is kind of what I'm leaning toward, but as I said, I'm open to suggestions on what other blocks we could kind of mess around with. I don't think I'll use the stone much on tree houses, so the tree houses themselves will be primarily wood, because that will just feel right based on the fact that you obviously wouldn't build a tree house in real life out of stone. It would feel heavy being in the air like that. But around the trunk as sort of the pathways, and I could sort of replicate this same block palette to create pathways and little patios and things outside as well, sort of on the ground in between builds and stuff to get from one edge of the village to the other. But I was thinking in the trunk of the tree, it didn't look too bad, and it would kind of blend into maybe some more, if I wanted to do flower soil or vines or other things to like really accentuate a fantasy forest feel as we're climbing up this tree. I want it to feel like a little path that goes through this mini jungle that's lit in a certain way and all sorts of cool stuff. So that's kind of what I was thinking for the inside of the trunk of the tree. I want to hang little vines coming down. If I do a doorway, for example, cut out in the middle here, I want to do some like wood and sort of trim it out and make this whole thing like hang some lanterns down and just make it feel like you're walking up this little secret passage through a jungle to get out into the tree branches, which could be pretty cool. Ingrid, how's it going? Welcome. Think the Vuka Temple Stones looks the best? Yeah. Okay, that's kind of what I was feeling as well. You know, I like some of the wood look for these, but yeah, they're a little too busy looking, and the variation and natural look of some of these, like even if I look at the little roots and the moss that grow in between the Vuka Temple Stones, I really like that look. It could be pretty cool for sort of a pathway block. Hey, Felicia, welcome. Glad you could make it for a bit. All right. So yeah, that's the plan today. I'm going to show you all how I do this little staircase thing. We'll be turning the rest of these blocks all up through here into a nice staircase. So that'll be some work, but it'll be good to have a better way to get up and down the tree. So how's it going, Lauren? Welcome. Haven't played this in a while. Need to get back to it. Yeah. I know. I've taken some breaks throughout the summer as well, but it's always fun to come back to building games, that's for sure. And the playthrough is finally done now, so we can get some more building out. That feels pretty good. And of course, I can't wait for the next updates, mountain biomes and all that stuff that they'll be adding. So, hey James, how's it going? Your videos helped me with getting started so much. Thanks for all the tips. Heck yeah. Currently living out of a starter house, but going to start expanding with the new build ideas now. Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad it's inspiring you and everything. Definitely such a great game. Banded Soul, how's it going? That's an interesting staircase. Yeah. So maybe you missed the beginning portion, but we voted on these blocks I'm going to use the Vuka Temple Stones mixed in with some of these other blocks to create sort of a fantasy jungle pathway up the middle of the tree. And it started from these. It's just blocks, which we did in the first video to plan everything out. And so that's what we'll be doing today, is officially doing this staircase thing. So if we're doing the Vuka Temple Stones, what I'm first going to do is start replacing each of these big stone blocks with Vuka Temple Stone blocks, which will give us a, you know, space to work out of, to carve them out, rather than individually placing each of these big stone blocks. So let's see here. Let's start out by grabbing my big foundation blueprints, and we'll just start replacing these for now, and then obviously we'll carve them out a lot. I'm even gonna sort of carve like an arch into the top of them and just make it all, you know, all not look blocky anymore. That's the goal for today. But it's always nice to just take something and block things in to get a feel for how the build is going to look and plan it, and then replace it with the official blocks and texture later on. Because I find that sometimes the hardest part is just getting started. And it can take forever, and if I'm focused and too worried about my block palette and everything else when I first get started, it can kind of hinder me from just getting started and doing it. So that's why I kind of just do something arbitrary to begin with, and then we keep perfecting it as we keep going along. But this should be good. So I'll just replace, yeah, you guys can just see how tall this is. 27 of these big blocks tall, and I'm gonna need more Vuka Temple Stones. I think for that I'm actually gonna need more dirt. So let me head over back to the spawn area. We can grab a bunch of dirt. Because I think that's how he made them. Yeah, this will be fun. And we'll also go over some block palettes for the next video, which will be the treehouse build. I've got some stuff in mind. Maybe you saw at the very beginning of this stream a little sneak peek of some test build stuff that I was doing on the ground. But we'll do some more of that and try to get that together. Having a block palette is always essential for builds. And also keeping it simple is essential. It's tempting in games like this when there's, what, like 40 plus different block options? I think even more than that with the new updates. But it's always super tempting to try to incorporate every cool block you can into a build. And that could be cool. You could just do like a really funky themed build with every block. But oftentimes, when I see the best looking builds, it's with a very defined block palette. Oopsie, that wolf just completely missed. Had a completely clear shot at me, didn't take it. But yeah, when I see lots of builds, it's really only like 3 or 4, maybe a little bit more blocks that they'll pick out, where they'll have, what we'll kind of be doing is structuring it with what do we want for foundations, so certain types of stones and things that we'll do for the foundation blocks. What do I want for like the middle levels of the houses to be? What type of wood do I want that to be? What do I want the roofs to all look like? And sort of creating a consistent theme throughout the village is what's going to really sell the look of it. And then maybe if I do like a mountain fortress later on, I completely do a different block palette. That's kind of where I can get creative and challenge myself to only use a few of the blocks, even though I like so many of them. Less is more in the real world. Yep, exactly. It's very easy to overcomplicate things. I tend to do that a lot myself as well. And I think that's always something I gotta keep working on, is how do I keep it really simple, which can actually look really good in the long run, because then I can perfect simple. I don't even know if that makes sense, but have I tried to make the stairs with those beams? What beams? What block are we talking here? I'd be open to trying another block or two for those. See what happens. Oh yeah, the spiral staircase using bookshelves and stuff. Yeah, I saw I think someone shared it in my Discord. If you did share it and you're watching, let me know. But it was someone who shared an idea where they used these, like, the stumps, the little benches that were part of the Vuka furniture with the new biome, and they used those to create a spiral staircase in the forest. It looked really, really cool. They shared the picture with me, and they were like, "You should try to do this." I'm like, "Oh, that could be really neat." So I do kind of want to try to incorporate some of those designs. I think up the tree, based on what we have space for in here, I'm gonna do it with blocks. But outside, I definitely would love to incorporate some more creative ideas when it comes to staircases. That would be really cool. Thanks for the sub, Abandoned Soul. I appreciate that. Yeah, looks like a real pain to get it just right, but worth it in the end. Yeah, definitely, definitely. That's the creativity with Enshrouded. It's kind of like best of both worlds, you know. And with something like Minecraft, we're just limited to blocks and how they snap to each other. And Enshrouded, it's blocks, but for one, they're a quarter of the size of what they would be in Minecraft, so we can get 4 times the amount of detail in a build. And then you can use all of the assets, all the furniture pieces, benches, everything else, and rotate them in different directions and free place them anywhere, because they do allow us to do that with the assets and things, to make the exact build you're trying to go for, which makes this building system pretty interesting and fun. And then yeah, Valheim building system. There's lots of awesome building games out there. So let's see. Do I have some logs? I do have some logs. I don't have string though, so we're gonna have to go back to the main base and grab some more string there to make a workbench maybe, or just use the workbench over here. I think that'll work. All right, yeah, let's go ahead and do this one. So I think the Vuka temple stones. Yeah, there they are. Oh yeah, we've got a lot of good stuff. It's just dirt and stone. Let's just go with a lot of those. We're gonna need them. How's it going? Viper in Twitch chat, welcome. Right, so yeah, we've got plenty of those blocks now. Let me head back. Keep working. Looks like I need an altar upgrade. My altar's fine right now. This one here encompasses the entire forest village area. It's at a big level 4. Not the very top of the tree, but it's fully maxed out. Yeah, these trees are huge though. It's even at a level 4, it doesn't encompass the entire tree. It's pretty crazy. But it'll encompass plenty for what we want to build in so far. All right, so that's what I think I'm gonna do. We're gonna get rid of all this because, like I said, I'm gonna show you guys how this whole process came to be from scratch. This was just pre-planning that I did before the stream, so we could sort of vote on the block palette for some of the stuff. But now I'm gonna go ahead and just destroy the rest of it, and we can start from scratch and do this staircase. Alright, and let's see here. Let's get rid of that one. Get rid of those ones. Go ahead and put the Vuka temple stones in that place. There we go. And let's go ahead and destroy these guys. There we go. Perfect. When you destroy blocks, do you get them returned, or are they destroyed and gone? When you destroy blocks, you do get them back. So as you can see, if I destroy that block, I got the plated block back. And if I keep destroying them, I keep getting the exact amount of blocks I place back. However, I choose to destroy them. If I pickaxe them, I don't get them back. You can't just like pickaxe a hole through blocks and expect them to come back. But yeah, if I destroy them with the blueprints, they'll all come back into my inventory. The only exception is terrain blocks. So you can't destroy terrain with a hammer. So if I take a blueprint and try to destroy terrain, I don't get those blocks in my inventory. The only way to get terrain blocks is to pickaxe them. So, it makes total sense, but sometimes it takes a long time to get those resources when you have to pickaxe them a whole bunch. When you open your build mode, the beam between the door and the pillar. Oh, is there, hang on. Oops. Accidentally took a chunk out there. Is it this one right here is what you're talking about? To be able to use these? This is probably what you're talking, this blueprint when you're saying the beam. Place the center point at the top. of the other and turn it? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I totally could. So with Enshrouded, you can't, you can only rotate blocks by 90 degrees. So I can only have it here or here. But this is a very easy way. For example, if I want to turn off snapping, and you're saying what I can do here is essentially just use these to, you know, create little steps coming down in each direction. That would be a good blueprint for that. Yeah, to be able to do something like that. But yeah, you can only rotate them in 90 degrees. So in terms of being able to like rotate them all around a center point, that would take a different game where you can rotate like different types of blueprints, something like Valheim for that. But I've got a plan on what blueprints I'm going to use to try to make this efficient. But I do like the steep stair feel. I do want to be able to get up the tree as fast as possible. And that's something that I think this will allow me to do, and still have enough room to. Oops, I gotta have snapping turned on for this one. Okay, still have enough room to do doorways and other things within the tree. There we go. And for any of you wondering, I still do see people struggling with placing blueprints in the right area. You can always use Q and the scroll wheel to move the blueprint closer or farther away from you if you're having trouble snapping it in a certain area. That's always... It seems simple, but I do see a lot of people miss out on that. And it's nighttime up here. I love the Revelwood Forest and the Blackmire Forest at night. So cozy here. We have such a good view of the moon rising there in between the big Vuka tree. That's a cool view. And the whole forest vibe and stuff. Imagine this whole place lit up with lanterns and stuff at night for a big fantasy tree village. That'd be really cool looking. All right, well, let's start this staircase here. Saw that with someone else, but must have been a mod. I think, yeah, there is a mod for Enshrouded. There's actually a lot of people have been getting creative with mods. Some on Nexus mods and the whole cheat engine thing with Enshrouded. To put a mod, I think someone did put a mod where you can rotate the voxels. So I guess it is possible. They can do stuff like that, but I think the Enshrouded devs, with how complex the build system already is, the devs probably would make a lot of people frustrated if that was in the default game. So that's kind of probably why they didn't include that sort of thing. Should do a little bed by altar to get daylight back. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. I mean, we're in the tree right now. Can you guys see okay? I don't know if it's much brighter in here in the day. By the time we get out, though, I'll definitely make sure to sleep so you guys can see. But what we're doing now, we have the big block blueprints placed, and now we're taking the small ones, and we're essentially going to recreate what I have here, these little stairs. So I'm taking the smaller 2-meter foundation piece, and we're snapping one of those at every corner here. And this will, again, speed up our process of those windy stairs. Because what I want to do is build out the foundation a bunch on the sides, as much as we can here, to have, like I said, a little platform to be able to step on to enter into a little doorway or an opening on the center of each of those sides there. So that'll be the plan for that. Oh gosh, and we're out again. Yeah, this stuff gets eaten so fast. Let's go back and sleep. I'll grab some more of it. So I've got enough, I think, for more. This is already like... We'll gain a bunch back once we destroy a lot of these blocks. What I'm doing is placing them and then carving the staircase away rather than placing the staircase from nothing, because that'll honestly be a bit faster. So yeah, let's grab just a bunch of these. I wonder if I can craft like multiples at a time. I don't know. We can already do so much. Yeah, exactly. It would be tough if they implemented mods and everything into the default game to do some of that. In terms of things that I would love for them to add, I really need better render distance. That's something that's been very difficult, is performance and render distance. They did a patch after the demo a long time ago, about a year ago now, that made it run better on other computers, but they completely removed the ability for higher-end PCs to be able to increase render distance and other things. So I would love to see them somehow bring that back for people who can increase render distance, because it's not working very well. For bigger builds, it's pretty difficult, and I'll show you guys what I mean. I may even do a whole dedicated video on this, maybe see if the devs will look at it and kind of raise the awareness for suggestions for that. But it's hard when you're building big builds like this tree village, because if you see, if I glide far away from it, like say, oh, I wanna go over here and take a look at my big tree from over here. Look at everything's just like disappeared. The branches are like all blocky and like sharp looking because it just, and then all the leaves just start disappearing off the branches. Everything's maximum settings here. And I can't see my tree. It just starts disappearing because, which kind of sucks, you know, and if I go a little closer, it'll all kind of render in. But, like, I gotta be right under it to be able to even see those top branches. See, all the branches just start popping in here. And that definitely gets annoying. It especially is bad within a flame altar boundary for some reason. Outside of flame altar boundary, you can even see, I can see some of that Vuka tree, although portions of it are, like, floating in the air and all thinned out and stuff. That's something I'm really, really looking forward to with Unreal Engine 5 games. That's something I really like right now about Dawn of Defiance, for example, that new game that I've been starting on the channel, the playthrough of. Is they're using Lumen and Nanite. Nanite in particular, where it's all polygon-based rendering. The farther away you get, it just gets to fewer polygons, and it basically mimics how your eyes would see it in the real world, so that you never have to switch from a 3-dimensional texture to a 2-dimensional texture that's totally separate. So you'll never have that jarring switch of having things just disappear as you walk backward. And that's what I'm really, really excited for Unreal Engine 5 survival games to start coming out in the next few years. That'll start implementing Nanite with the textures and rendering, which will totally fix that problem. But they didn't do that for their engine for Enshrouded. That's my biggest complaint so far, that I think maybe they could fix in the future. I don't know. Certain things like that. Otherwise, though, I'm really happy with where they've been headed with this game. It's awesome. They've been really on top of updates. Pretty responsive and good developer team there. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and do this all the way up. There we go. Something like that. And it's a little dark up here. I could put a little torch up there. For the most part, you guys will be able to see down in this area. So now that we have all of those, that sort of, you can already start to see the rounded effect that we're going for here. And we'll go down the many flights of stairs. All right. So the next big thing I want to start doing is creating the little steps themselves, just like what I did up here. Remember photorealism from 20 years ago? It's crazy how far graphics have progressed. Oh yeah. Yep. Exactly. It is pretty insane. Even just in the last like 3 or 4 years, how much we've developed technology to do that. Having graphics cards in the first place that can handle it, and then having updates to game engines and things that can actually do things like that. It's pretty crazy. Beastly, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Everyone like the video? Thanks. Appreciate that. Everyone, do give it a like if you're enjoying it. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more survival building content, all that good stuff. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is go ahead with a small blueprint here. And place one of those in the middle of each of these. So we're using blueprints to our advantage to get as much of the work done as possible before we go placing block by block. That's always a big thing too. For these complex builds, saves a lot of time to know the blueprint system and use that to your advantage. So just go ahead and keep doing this for a bit. Imagine my first game was original Pong. Oh my gosh, the original Pong. Yeah. No, it's insane. And there's a lot of enjoyment to be had with some of those original games with the nostalgia and stuff, because I think one thing that's lacking in today's games, and movies and stuff in general, is that we're sort of hiding behind really high quality graphics, which can be a downside, because it's like, oh, we have all these, we can make a beautiful looking game that's super appealing, makes for a great trailer, but then it's lacking in story elements and gameplay, and like, you know, you go back to playing some of those old original games and it's like, oh my gosh, they really thought this through. It's like playing out a full-on story and lots of modes and stuff to it, and I think that's something that I've definitely seen lacking a bit in some of the more recent games. From they'll focus so much on graphics, which I really like, but they definitely need to bring back some of the story elements, and that's something I've loved about Enshrouded, is sort of the roleplay elements, all the quests we can do and other things. That's something that Valheim did really well with each biome and boss fight and other stuff. A lot of games will kind of copy elements of that, but not do other sections. But yeah, Tetris is still the best game ever. Good old Tetris, Pac-Man. I don't even know some of those really old games. Good old Mario Kart and all the Wii console games. Yeah, those are crazy. I think now, let's see here. Now what I want to do is take this blueprint and go ahead and destroy this block off of each one. So you can see here we've got that side, so I'll go ahead and take that out. So we're essentially getting closer to our stepped look here. Yeah, I'm really liking the look of the VUCA temple stones here, especially once they're woven in with a bunch of other blocks and vines and other things to make it, you know, look less all squared off. I'm gonna round the sides off, put some more wood in here and stuff to make it look less squared off and a lot more natural. But I think by the time I do that, this will all come on nicely. Beastly, I don't know if many of the commands are well, it looks like Stream Elements is working. I haven't some of my commands people have said they've been broken and I haven't been getting around to fixing them yet. I did some of them a long time ago, and Stream Elements has updated so many times first, but yeah. Qbert, yeah. Yep. Are you getting sound issues? Uh-oh. How's the sound for the rest of you guys? Let me... Is it my mic that's sounding weird, or is the game being funky? If it's my mic, it may be like a static thing with my voice. Is my voice not sounding very clean right now? Sometimes I have to like re-plug in my audio interface. Hopefully it's okay. Alright, so now we've got those sort of blocked out. Maybe I'll just wait and be sure y'all can hear me first. Before I get too far ahead of myself here. Hopefully it's okay. I would, yeah, the whole static thing. I don't know why that happens sometimes. I feel like I need to get a new USB interface at some point. Oh, a brief blip where I repeat. There were some hiccups, but seems good now. Okay, okay. Cool. So it looks like maybe it was just a little latency thing. For the stream. Okay, okay. Well, hopefully it stays good now. Just check my YouTube page. Okay. Yep. It was buffering a little bit from YouTube servers being a little slow. Hopefully it's okay now, though. What are my thoughts on Black Myth Wukong? I have heard of that one. I have not played it, but I have been recommended it. Have you tried it out yet? I haven't tried it. Haven't looked a lot into it. I don't remember much, but I have heard good things about it. Had a few hiccups too. Not sure if it's the video or sound. Okay. Video's buffering for you on your phone, on your home Wi-Fi. Interesting. Uh-oh. Twitch is good? Okay. I have that too. That's why I restarted stream, but apparently it hasn't gone away yet. Uh-oh. Well, yeah, is it buffering like crazy right now? Let me give it a second here. Sometimes it gets a little weird. That's something with my OBS settings. You're saying Twitch looks okay though? Well, maybe I'll keep going on YouTube a bit. YouTube generally, when it works, which is most of the time, my resolution is like, you know, I'm streaming in 2K on YouTube. But if you all can hear and see the stream okay on Twitch, then feel free to switch to Twitch for now. The YouTube one is definitely it's looking weird on my end too. I've got my Twitch in the description. If any of you can hear me, I'll put it in the chat too. Yeah. All right. Anyone joining in on Twitch? Hop over to Twitch. Yeah. Hop over to Twitch. See if that's working today. And if not, let's see here. Yeah, it's let's see here. Yeah, you guys still can't hear me on YouTube? I'm seeing a few of you popping into Twitch. I can still see chat on YouTube, but it looks like the stream's done for YouTube for today. Unfortunately. Yeah. Oh, that's a bummer. All right. Yeah, if I see a chat on YouTube that you guys can still hear and see me, I'll leave the YouTube stream up to see if it does anything. Yeah, seems smoother over here to you. Yeah, just switch to Twitch. All right. I just realized I put the wrong Twitch link in. Oh, maybe that worked. Okay. Going to Twitch too. Awesome. All right. Hey, Jerome. Okay. Cool. I'm seeing some of you, you're not getting the buffering anymore and you can hear me. It's working. Okay, well, I'll leave it on YouTube if any of you, are getting buffering. Oh, YouTube thing went away for buffering. Buffering is gone. Yay. Okay. YouTube will always be the better platform when it works, like I've said. But I'll leave it up on YouTube. If it does its thing, you guys can always switch to Twitch, and go there. It'll be much lower resolution, but it'll work, hopefully. Hey, Rico, how's it going? Welcome. Still here on YouTube, just had to refresh. Yay, okay. Glad it picked back up again. That's something YouTube used to suck at. When it dropped, it just dropped. It would stop trying to pick it back up again, and I hated that. I would have to just end the stream, and I was like, darn. But it looks like the little wait fixed it. Well, apologies about that, guys. Hopefully it'll pick back up again and be okay. Just playing the new building mods on this game. Breadth of placeable parts you get access to is stunning. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. That's really, really cool. I'll have to look at some mods and stuff maybe for some cool big builds. I think a lot of the stuff that I appreciate some of that stuff for my own, but when it comes to the channel, I try to keep some stuff vanilla so that a lot of you can sort of take inspiration from it and things, or if I do end up using mods and things, it'll be for just like time saving purposes. when it comes to like a big build in creative mode that I'll do like in Valheim or something, and using the dev commands, but still with vanilla build pieces. Now I need a mod to transfer YouTube chat to Twitch chat. Yeah. Yeah, Twitch, unfortunately, that's against their community guidelines, which sucks. I honestly really don't care, and I would probably do that anyway. But I've looked into some mods like that and stuff. Mostly though, I tell people to watch on YouTube. It's the better viewing experience anyway, but Twitch is something for those of you who are watching on YouTube and stuff. Twitch is something that I'll do a lot of secondary streams on. Like I did a stream for the Enshrouded Twitch drops. I'll do a stream every now and then of just checking out other games for fun. Things that I wouldn't put on YouTube all the time. That's what Twitch will mainly be for, so it's definitely worth following there, and staying tuned. And if anything happens on YouTube or whatever, I'll update you guys on Twitch. It's always useful having two platforms, and I'll do that in the Discord server as well. But yeah, hopefully you guys can see and stuff on YouTube, and it's working out okay. Let's keep this staircase going. So I think I did out 2. And something like that. There we go. Let's go ahead with a middle stair on both of those. Go with that, and... Oops. Maybe that and that. Was that how I did it here? Yeah, that was I think, how I did it. Alright. Beastly, not possible yet. Game is in an incompatible state. Okay. Yeah, sometimes the mods with Enshrouded can get a little, they can get a little hard to work sometimes. Okay, so then I want to destroy this, and I want to take that out, I think. And that was my... I think that's the staircase design that I was going for. I gotta sort of, like, refresh my thing. You don't get commercials on YouTube, so you like watching on here? Yeah. Twitch kind of would put ads and stuff, like, regardless, because they're so short on budget sometimes, so I was like, I'll just turn them on Twitch anyway. But YouTube, I try to keep the ads down from what I can control, and then YouTube will still put them, but it's a lot less than Twitch, that's for sure. You only have Twitch in case of an emergency. That's always a good bet. Always a good bet. Like today, if it buffers on YouTube, just swap to Twitch for a little bit. Yeah. Has nothing to do with the mods, just the fact that it's in early access, the full map isn't released. Yeah. That's kind of that's what I was understanding when you were saying that, because early access games will definitely sometimes have trouble with accepting stuff when they change, and then the mods have to try to update to be compatible with like the game's new update. Will break a lot of mods and stuff, but certain things like that. So yeah, with that, I'm gonna work my way down with this stair design. What I'm doing is coming out 1, 2, and then 1, 1, 2, and 1. All right. So there's the bottom layer. And then we're doing 1, 2, destroying that one and that corner, so that we're left with this now. Destroying that middle block, and then destroying this one and this one. Okay, so that'll be the stair design. That way you've got plenty of space to sort of land on this little platform to go out of a door right here, and then head right up and around the other side. So again, I'll do that here. We've got 1, 2. 1, 1, 2, 1, and then 1, 1, break this corner block, break this corner block, break that corner block, and then break 1, 2 right in that section. I think that looks pretty good. That gives me a full stepping stone way. It doesn't feel too steep, because you can get really steep with Enshrouded stairs. It's actually pretty crazy. But that feels shallow enough to sort of mix some blocks in and make it look really good. And it feels pretty smooth to go up and down. So I think that'll be what I do for now. So 1, 2, 1 there, and then do it like that. Grab some of those guys, destroy the center stones there. Yeah, that feels pretty good. We'll go with that for now, and then we'll replace some different blocks and sort of mix things in here in a minute. Once I finish this up the rest of the tree. I feel like though, before I do the tree house, I want to get some of this done to actually have a way to get up the tree in a better way. But at least I was able to sort of climb the other stuff from before. All right, let's see here. That's neat. Yeah, yeah, hopefully this will work out pretty well. I think this design is what I'm going for. Yeah. I kind of almost like the way the little tiles sort of overlap on the steps here. It's a little bit of like, you know, could be like a trip hazard or whatever, but when you look down at it from the top, it almost just disappears. And it's like, it's a really weird... I really like it. By the time I mix in some more like earth blocks and just make this all blend in with the tree, I think this is definitely what I'm after here. Yeah, this is gonna be good. Alright, but yeah, if we didn't use the blueprints here, you can definitely see how much longer this would have taken to do this all block by block without having done some of the previous work, so there we go. Oops, I think I placed that one in the wrong spot. There we go. Alright. The Twitch drop outfit was nice though. Yeah, yeah. No, that was a fun time. I figured I may as well log on and do that a while ago. That was the new Hollow Halls armor, which we got in the last Enshrouded episode. Not posted too long ago, so... Oops. I took away blocks instead of placing them. There we go. Sometimes I forget the order I'm doing stuff in when I'm chatting with you guys. There we go. Alright. Yeah, I'm glad that worked out. That was the easier way to get that Enshrouded Hollow Halls armor set. That dungeon was pretty fun though. I enjoyed the Kindle Waste Hollow Halls. I won't give too much away today. If you want to watch that video, you definitely can. But I always like finding like the unique thing that they do with each Hollow Halls dungeon that's different from the previous one. And that in this case was that part was fun. All right, we're getting there. This isn't too bad. Once I get this part done, I will, we can talk about some block palette stuff for the build itself. Do a little bit of planning for the next video portion. Hey, Still Saver, welcome. Recently just completed, Pikemead. Got the Northgard armor. Yeah, yeah. That stuff looks really good. I like that armor set. It's, I think if I remember correctly, it's not so great in the Shroud, because it has, like, a little less Shroud time. But it kind of sacrifices that because the rest of it's really, really good, so... I feel like they did a pretty good job so far, especially with the new updates they've been doing, to balance out the armor and weapons. To make really, you know... That's what makes the Enshrouded playthroughs fun. If you want to do a different playthrough, you could play through as a totally different, type of character. Use different types of armor... a different skill tree and stuff. That's what can kind of make a game like this fun for a second playthrough. And I'll probably also put a community post out soon as well, but some of you have been asking about it. Actually, do I want to? Yeah, I want to come out again with that. Some of you have been asking about the Asuka series. If I'm going to be continuing that. I do plan on continuing that. But I waited a bit because of the updates. The first episode, it kind of felt a little janky and stuff. Some of the stuff still needed a bit of work. But they just released their first major update to the game. And it's starting to get really, really good. So, so I do plan on continuing that. And I'm kind of glad I waited just for a little bit to sort of get that going again. But I do want to continue that as well as the live stream series there. Hi Dara, hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right. How's it going? I'm doing well. Welcome to the stream. Alright, there we go. Something like that. This is working out here. use a combination of different armors and then use the overlay ability to keep the Northgard armor look. Yeah, absolutely. I love that they allowed you to use armor as cosmetics as well. That is really awesome. I gotta use some of the new armor stands and set those up within my house and stuff. Grab some cool looks. Can't wait till they add the townspeople update though. That's on their roadmap, but that's something I'm looking forward to. Videos are so relaxing. When you want to sleep, you put on one of your videos. Awesome. I'll take that as a compliment. I try to keep it relaxing. I never really wanted to be one of the hype gamer YouTubers with really competitive games. I actually started that way with some competitive mini games in Minecraft, and got pretty burnt out on it after a bit. And so I was like, you know, I get that maybe the growth and stuff might be a little slower if I just do cozy survival content, but a lot of people seem to like it, and I really love the community it builds. Right, if I'm like a hype gamer YouTuber, the community is going to be pretty hyped up and all over the place, and sometimes immature and other things, and I really like the quality community that survival games bring in. It's always fun chatting with you guys on live streams, having the Discord community that we do. Want an entire room dedicated to displaying the new armor sets eventually in a build? Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah, no, it's awesome that they added some of that stuff. Gonna make an armory, yeah, that's gonna be cool. Yeah. Like this kind of stuff way better, yeah. That's kind of what I liked as well. And I'm more of a creative person. That's also just kind of my real life passion. Is building things and other stuff. That's what my job is in the summers. I'm a contractor for doing excavation and stuff like that. And so when it came to games and stuff, I just don't get burnt out on them as easy when there's lots of stuff to do creatively in the game, like building and other things. And they're kind of a relaxing thing at the end of a day rather than something that's trying to like hype up my nervous system. Something really competitive and stuff that I would feel locked to feel like, oh my gosh, I have to be really good at this thing in order to grow a YouTube channel. And it got old where I felt like I had to grind like every day, and it just didn't like it as much. Let's see, there we go. Let's do that. I think this is one of the last steps here. Oops. I accidentally destroyed these 2 blocks instead of adding 2 blocks. There we go. Perfect. Trying to go slow enough to where I can sort of comprehend what I'm doing. There's that. I gotta go up one more here, it looks like. So I'll destroy that. Put a block there, and let's get this one done. Have you ever tried to build a house building in Enshrouded or other video games? Oh yeah. I've got a lot of that on my YouTube channel. I've got a lot of Enshrouded builds. And I've really enjoyed that. Valheim was the first game that I actually shifted my YouTube channel toward. So when I was doing some more competitive Minecraft mini games and other stuff, I stopped that and discovered Valheim, and I did a lot of that, a lot of building and stuff, and that's what really hooked me on to really nice graphics, cozy survival building games. And ever since, I've kind of decided to niche my channel toward doing those things. You know, I'll shift out games, I'll rotate things. Sometimes people like one game but not another, so, you know, if I switch games and stuff, I'll see subscribers go down, and then other people will join for new stuff. But in general, I think a lot of you guys like a lot of the games that I'll do, and the hope is they can all just be inspiring. Whether you get the game or not, or follow along with tutorials or series, it can just be fun to watch builds and other things, and that's part of what I enjoy about it. But already learned a lot from you. Yeah. I hope to teach. That's another thing I like doing. I like doing like the building videos and tutorials and other stuff. Oh, you meant my own house. Or have I done building and other stuff aside from video games? Yes, absolutely. So my own house, we did a remodel a while ago. And I did that, but I do have the dream someday of buying land and building a full house from scratch, doing homesteading and stuff, because that's pretty much what I do in my job. And I would love to do it for myself someday, just haven't racked up the funds to go do it, especially in the area where I am. So it's a very expensive area to live, and I'm kind of debating, like, do I try to have the goal of staying here, or do I go look at other states and things to see what my options might be that could make it more affordable. But there's always downsides and upsides to every location, so I'm still in that space. You know, I would love to do that someday. Build a giant tree house for my house. I would love to, right? And to grow a tree this big, it would probably take, oh gosh, I don't even know, 20,000 years or something in real life. That would be crazy. Building a temple from Vuka stones looks, oh, that's cool. So far it looks basic. That self-criticism is hard. Yeah. It is hard. It's something that you just have to be creative. It's about doing it a lot of times. Doesn't matter how good it is. The more you do it, the more you just keep getting better. And you know, there's studies and stuff out there where they'll have things where they'll give, like, you know, a group of people an assignment to, like, you know, make a bunch of clay pots, and they'll give another group of people, like, hey, you have this amount of time to make one clay pot. And the group of people that had that same amount of time to make as many clay pots as they could ended up with a better clay pot at the end than the person that spent that entire time just trying to make one clay pot. So there's stuff like that where it's like you just keep practicing. Hey Dwayne, welcome. The stream keeps hiccuping. Oh no. Is it hiccuping again? Oh, it still is. Pop over to Twitch again. I guess YouTube's gonna be a little weird today. Yep. Starting again. Oh no. Okay. Let me grab the Twitch link again, or all right. Head on over. Oh, that's a bummer. That'll always be the backup for when YouTube's doing its thing, I guess. It usually doesn't do it, but maybe they changed some things around. All right. Yep, I see a fair amount of you on Twitch. Hopefully this works. Of course, I do apologize for that again. We'll see. I'll keep the YouTube stream up because apparently it decides to go in and out today. So if it decides to come back in, it comes back in, and we'll go with that. This stream isn't like a super crazy important one when it comes to like an update video or something. So I'm not going to bother trying to keep restarting the stream and just spamming you guys with a bunch of notifications that I'm live. But yeah, so cool. I'm a civil engineer student right now. If you want help, hit me up. Oh, awesome. Yeah, join the Discord. Love to talk about building and other things. That is awesome, if you can still hear me on YouTube. But it's fine for you. Okay, cool. Gamer Joe, awesome. All right, yep, I'll leave it up. If it cuts in and out, you guys got the Twitch link. It's always in the description. So, I love how you say, look how easy. Do this, then this. Look, it's... Yeah. Oh, man. Yep, I guess when I say, yeah, it's just as easy as this, you know. Here's our beautiful staircase. There it is. I know, it takes a bit. That's for sure. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to... Do you guys like the texturing of this second stair portion? I kind of like how I mix in, yeah. I kind of like how I mix in some of the stone and the plated block to bring out the natural look in it. So I think I'm gonna do that with some of the rest. YouTube did another update to fight ad blockers. Oh, maybe that's what it is. Sometimes the ad blocker updates, it's actually funny. I've been like switching browsers because one update that they did for ad blockers made all of my YouTube just like stuttery on one browser. So I switched to another browser. It's like it still plays ads, but YouTube's not stuttery, and then that browser became stuttery. They've been doing some random stuff. I think they'll be fixing it for the better. I've been noticing a lot of stuff for like my analytics in my channel lately too that they've been kind of changing around. So They may just be in the process of doing lots of updates and fixes and other things. I hope it'll be okay. Yeah, this will look cool. I don't want to go too crazy with them, but kind of like the look of some of this. Okay. Maybe that there. Let's go there. That one. Yeah. Just kind of mixing in some more natural stuff. Hey, Basic. How's it going? Welcome. If you can hear me, a lot of people are having trouble on YouTube today. I've been telling them to go to Twitch if it keeps stuttering on YouTube, but welcome to the stream if you can hear me. Let's do a normal stone there. So this is what I'll do. I feel like that's another #1 thing that just adds to builds is adding texture in any way you can. So just switching up some of these blocks is going to make this look more natural, more handcrafted, like a VUCA tribe did it. And that's something, but... Let me show you how to sew this new outfit. Yeah. No, exactly, Felicia. Yep. Alright. Let's keep going up with these guys. Maybe I want a little one there, maybe one there. Yeah, this will kind of just accentuate some of the natural look. So we'll do this until it's morning out there, and then I'm gonna head outside and show you guys some of my test concept builds that I've been doing, and sort of get more of a block palette going for the treehouse itself. YouTube does too many ads. Yeah, it's interesting with what they've kind of done. I think they finally fixed. So a lot of people are upset about the double ads now at the beginning of videos. They finally did some stuff there to where, at least what I've been noticing, is the ads are shorter than they used to be. So like they used to make it so like you had to watch a long double ad, and now at least the double ads are shorter. So I think they're just tweaking a bunch of that stuff around. And it's like, I would say like, oh yeah, but creator revenue is not that great. But like, that's honestly kind of YouTube's fault as well. They take like over 70%. And rightfully so, I guess. You know, it takes a lot of money to host all these videos. It's a lot of money. I mean, millions of terabytes a day, a second even, I think, are being uploaded onto YouTube. It's an expensive thing for them. But Google's got a lot of money. And, I don't know, I probably shouldn't even be talking about this. It's just fine here, Basic? Oh, awesome. Okay. Do they still have the Enshrouded building competitions? They did have, one not too long ago, Christopher. It was something that it was very last minute, and I was too busy with work to do much for it. It was like I forgot the theme of it, but like you had to do a build with a certain like theme to it, and then they would just share like your screenshot of your build or something if they liked them. So yeah, every now and then they still do some of that, which is fun. Yeah, Felicia, that's why we watch and learn. Yeah, feels like YouTube tries to bully me into a subscription. Oh yeah. So I'm like, because I have like a channel and I post stuff, they don't send me all those pop-ups like, oh, buy YouTube Premium, buy this, buy that. But my other account that I'll use sometimes just to comment and like, you know, go check out other people's videos and stuff, that account I don't have videos in, like it's not a YouTube channel, and so they definitely get me to try to get premium and all sorts of other stuff. But I guess YouTube Premium is actually a pretty good deal. With the amount of movies they have and the music and other stuff, it's kind of an all-in-one, which is kind of what YouTube's been trying to do all along, but I don't know. Oh, Forest has 1 R and not 2. Did I put 2 R's in the thumbnail? Oh golly. That's a classic me thing to do. I guess not too classic. I try to check it. Well, thanks for letting me know. Maybe I'll go and change that after the stream, so the thumbnail for the thing can stay up again. Thanks for letting me know. Oh golly. All right. I guess I was feeling in a forest mood today. Lots of R's in the forest. Alright, this is looking nice. I want it to be subtle, but you can see now how this, like, wooden, how it really ties in. Just creates more of that, like, little pathway look. Kind of has some leading lines, like, you know, going up the stairs and stuff. I'm liking that. Yeah, this is looking really nice. Maybe get another one here. Another one there. That'll work. Frustrating that you missed the Twitch drop cosmetics. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you were here earlier, but I did the last episode of the Enshrouded playthrough not too long ago, and I did get the Twitch drops, which were the Hollow Halls armor set. I got it in that video, so if you want to go check that out and know how to get it at least, then you can. But yeah, for the Enshrouded Twitch drops and stuff, that's what I'll, like, notify you guys in my Discord for. I didn't... Well, maybe I actually put a video or a thing in the community section of YouTube. I'll try to update you guys a lot there as well. Yeah, it's all good. There might be other Twitch drops and things. I just thought it was cool that they did something like that. I haven't really had survival games participate in the Twitch drops thing, and it's always nice when they do some stuff like that. All right, this is starting to look really good. Is the Hollow Halls set still possible to get? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's actually not too difficult. The difficulty is knowing where to find it. So yeah, check out that video, and then the last half, I have a timestamp in that video that shows getting the Hollow Halls armor set. And so yeah, if you don't want spoilers, you could kind of watch the first portion. But that last half shows where I get it, and yeah, it's still possible. It's an armor set in the game. It's not just an exclusive Twitch drop thing. And most Twitch drops are like that, where, like, you can get it in game. It's just convenient to watch a Twitch stream for like 3 hours if you want the armor set quickly. But you meant Forrest Whitaker. yeah, that's what I meant. Well, hopefully you guys knew what it meant. It was a picture of a Revelwood tree. I think it'll work. I think it'll work. Get that one replaced. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I like the way this staircase is kind of coming along. That's looking really cool. Something else that I was thinking of doing was, what if I start sort of cleaning this up a bit? Particularly, was it on this side of where the torches were? That side of the torch, like one there, and then maybe one there. The torches will be floating for now, but I'm kind of thinking of, like, just starting to hollow out this stuff to ooh, I like the way the little texture thingies happen there on the blocks. That looks pretty nice. But starting to just get some blocks back and lighten this up a bit. This just looks heavy. It's a lot of stone. Gotta thin all of this out, sort of arch it underneath to somehow look natural. I feel like this is a good starting point. Yeah, we'll move the torches and do lighting and stuff all in the proper locations later. That should work. Yeah, that's already looking a little better. Even just having little pockets where lanterns could be hidden up in there. That could look really, really cool. And I'm almost thinking, what if... Yeah, let me do this first. Won't get too far ahead of myself. That's another thing I tend to do, is I'll, like, start doing one thing and be like, ooh, I've got this idea and this idea. And just go all crazy with it. And gotta do one thing at a time. Alright, well, I'm glad YouTube came back for a little bit. I guess that's just what they're doing today. That's just what they're doing today. And the link in Discord and stuff will always be for the YouTube stream, but just know that you can always head over to Twitch. I'll always try to stream on both platforms when I can of the same stream and stuff. The only time Twitch will be different is if I'm doing stuff that I'll just do on Twitch, which does happen sometimes. Crimson and I have been thinking about checking out the demo of some other games. We might do some, like, puzzle games on there. We enjoy doing games like, I don't know if you guys know, like the game Portal, and Portal 2, and then we got the game It Takes Two, like a strategy puzzle game. They're a lot of fun, actually. Not like a survival building game, but stuff like that every now and then I may choose to stream on Twitch. Just as a fun thing to do, to chat and stuff in between videos here. But yeah, we may be doing some of that. It Takes Two is kind of a blast. It's a funny game. But we've been having some fun with that one. All right, well, there we go. We've got some more hollowed out. We haven't done all the texturing and the steps all the way up top. How far have we gotten actually with that? Still a ways to go, man. This thing is tall. There we go. Not too bad. Maybe halfway up. But I'm not going to go crazy and just be placing single blocks for the rest of the stream today, but you guys kind of get the gist of it. What I was thinking now is that I could also put like a little stones or little things to sort of, yeah, arch it, tie it in, and you guys kind of get the gist. Just perfect the whole thing, get it all looking really nice, and then what I was thinking of doing is getting maybe this 1 meter cube and blocking this up to sort of create with the wood blocks, actually, the wood terrain blocks, to sort of tie this in and make it all rounded instead of super squared. So that should be good. Can you guys hear my voice okay too? My brother's in the room next door playing some music pretty loud. I think I don't think it'll bleed into the mic, but just let me know if it's coming through and being weird. Hey Papa4, how's it going? Enjoy watching the stream, especially when you do a build. Heck yeah! Thanks for joining me today. Yeah, this is a fun one. We're not doing a specific build, but all the planning and stuff. You can see now our staircase is taking shape. Even if I just look up that's starting to look a bit spirally, a lot more natural than all the blockiness from before. So we're getting there. But what I wanted to show you guys was the block pattern from some of the other stuff. Oh, the little crab just spawned in over there. I haven't seen him there before. The new Sonic 3 trailer yet? I have not seen that. Feel free to share it in the media tab in Discord. I'll check it out. Wow, I don't even know what that game is. I haven't looked into that game. I'm guessing there's Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 and stuff too. I haven't heard of those. All right, check this out, you guys. It's a spoiler. It's exclusive to today's stream. You guys won't see this again till the next video. But I've been messing around with some block palettes on how I could do my little forest builds. And this is what I've been coming up with here. So for the foundations of the builds on the grounds, this won't be for the builds in the trees. I won't be using all this stone in the trees. I'll be using wood instead for the walls. But on the ground, all the builds are gonna have this. This is the block palette that I was messing around with. And I would love your guys' thoughts. We've got flintstone for the chimney, which I really like. I think it looks a little cleaner than just the normal stone for some of it. I've got the well blocks for the columns, which give this really cool carving elven look to them, and have that greenish tint, which I think matches the forest really nicely. And then we've got the Vuka temple stones here to, again, create that mossy green look, which I really, really love. And then for the second level, I have palm wood for the trim there. And then the timbered block for the middle, in between the palm wood. You guys can hear me just fine, not the music. Awesome. Yay. Okay. Glad to hear that. I've tried to do some noise filter on my mics and other stuff because I live in a house with people, so glad it works. All right. Lost Horse, you like it? Awesome. Yeah. So I kind of like the look of it. And then you guys can see the biggest thing, which I'll show you more on how to do this in the video itself. We're not going to be building this today, but this is just a concept build of how would these blocks look together. And for the top level, I've used roof blocks. That's how we're creating those round windows there. The tarred shingle roof block, actually. And I use that. We're going to be creating a steep roof that kind of flares out at the edges. You can see the little curl at the top of it. And that's going to be the theme for my roofs. And I'm putting flower soil over the top of that. I'll do a mixture of flower soil, Vuka nesting material, and the vines. And that's what's going to create my mossy roof, which I thought just fit with the forest theme so nicely. It was something that I really wasn't thinking I would do. It's going to be a difficult roof. This is going to be like the climax of all of my builds into this forest project, which is what I'm so excited about now that we have all the blocks unlocked and stuff with the playthrough. But yeah, that'll be something there. Feel like this is too long of a staircase. Am I the only one getting motion sickness from those? Yeah, I totally get you on that. I totally get you on that. That'll just be a way up the tree. What's going to happen, and I know today's stream, it definitely was a lot of winding up and down the staircase. But I'll touch on that for a little bit to have it make a little more sense for later. What we have is we've got the staircase, but I'll have a lot of little rooms coming off of it. So you probably won't be winding up and down the whole thing all the time. The flame altar is at the very top of the staircase. So we can always just take the elevator up the tree, aka the flame altar. And I'll have grapple points on the outside of the tree, little mushroom platforms to hop up here in other ways. So the staircase is just another way to get up here, and it was a lot of going up and down because of today's build, but hopefully it wasn't too bad. I apologize for that. Hey Marco, welcome. You've played Enshrouded yourself? Ooh, awesome. Yeah, love the roof. Yeah. It looks so cool and whimsical. Yeah. That's something I was going for this. So we want to go for a mossy roof, and I don't think it looked too thick. I may even go like a second layer of the moss and, you know, the flower soil and stuff to really accentuate that look. But that was a concept I wanted you guys to see if you liked it. I think those blocks fit nicely together. I kind of like the red in the palm wood as a trim block. I think it matches the greens in the forest really nicely. It's kind of a contrasting color there. And then having the foundation be the elven wood and the Vuka Templestone, anything green and mossy. We'll do a different floor and everything like that. This is just a concept of sort of some stuff I was playing around with. And how the fireplace could be, you know, I'll show you guys all this stuff as we get to building more of the houses themselves. But I think it looks pretty cool. And I might even go steeper with the roof there. But I think it looks cool. I like how the wood ties into the wood of the loft there and feels like a support underneath the moss. But this is what I'm saying with Enshrouded. You can build steep roofs. You can build shallow roofs. You just have to place it all block by block. They don't have blueprints for this kind of stuff. So this is more complex, but if you take a look from far away, it doesn't look too blocky. It looks pretty nice. And once I get that as a full... so the treehouse build, I'm going to sort of use the upper half of that to be the block palette. So we're going to cut out the stone here and replace that with more of the wood and just use that for the tree houses. And like I said, the stone will only be for houses that are grounded to look nice in that way. But I think that looks really cool. So that'll be almost the size of the tree house we're going to be putting in the tree. It'll be a bit of a different design. We're going to tie in different roof lines, add a whole bunch of interest to the build. This was just a concept of how does it all look together. But yeah, glad you guys like it. I think this will be a cool thing to mess around with. I really liked the moss roof. That was something I wanted to see if I could incorporate here, rather than just doing like a shingle roof or a straw roof or something with the blocks they have. Green stone is super cool. Just hate it comes with the shroud music. Yeah, the more you use the shroud ambience in your base, you hope they change that. Yeah, that's something that's kind of secret about this well block. That's the well blocks here. For those of you who don't know what they're talking about, these well blocks here, actually, if you build a base out of them, you hear the shroud music as if you're in an elixir well in your base, which can add a really cool effect sometimes. What I'm actually wanting to do is, if they still keep that feature, I want to build a underground like catacombs grave with these things to create like this ambiance vibe that's kind of spooky as you go in them, using a bunch of these. But right now, if I just use them as the columns and I don't use them as floors or walls, then they won't play any music. You have to have like a lot of the build be made out of them. You can see the music in game is still just the Revelwood music. So yeah, that's why I'm just using them to accentuate things, but not making full walls out of them. But that's an interesting feature. Yeah, thanks for mentioning that. Definitely fun. No trampolines, absolutely trampolines. And I can't believe I forgot to say that. Yep, we'll be using trampolines in this build. Gotta use trampolines. I'll be kind of pairing those with the grapple hooks to where you can jump up on trampoline and then grapple up
over to a branch to get on a treehouse. And yeah, we'll go over some of that too as well. Especially like the fairy lights on the top. Oh yeah, yeah. I was just messing around putting some of those lamps like hanging down from each other. But I kind of liked that, the little strand of lights hanging down from the little curl on the roof there. And I was thinking like when I get this build officially, I'm gonna put vines hanging down from it and just like really, really go full out forest theme for the build there. I think it'll look cool. But something as well, based on the whole trampolines concept there. Yeah, catacombs for the collector. Yeah, that'd be an awesome spot to put them. Yeah, totally. So this is the floor plan for the treehouse, or a rough floor plan anyway. We'll probably go a little bit bigger with it, but this is where we'll spawn in and be doing the treehouse officially. This is where the staircase comes out of, but what my plan was is that I wanted to take the mushroom block, the mushroom terrain materials. That's like what all those hives and wasp nests are made out of. And then you see the little jumping platforms from the trees that are already pre-built in this biome. Wanted to put one of those right over here on the side of that branch and have a little grapple hook to go over to it, and then another grapple hook to get up onto that branch right there, because that branch comes out pretty far and could be a great one to do another little tree hut on. And there's another branch up there, which could be a really nice one. Another branch on the other side that has great views of the sunset. So we totally will be building like a lot in this tree. I'm really excited. But I think this one will be the biggest of them. This artificial branch that we made ourselves. This will be the bigger treehouse. And then we'll kind of grapple up from there. Go to little small huts and other things. Yeah. Yeah, put creepy guy in there, Alden. Yeah, yeah, totally. Gotta make a spooky catacombs for the collector with those well blocks, that's for sure. If they kind of keep that. So yeah, with that, that's kind of the stairway plan. I'll continue working on that. Here's another thing that I'll mention. See, look down at the look down at that house there that I did, the little concept build. Might be a little hard to see if you're watching on a phone, but you can see that moss roof just disappears because of the render distance issue. I really hope they allow for more of that. So that's why I still have the wooden roof under it for the whole thing, but yeah, that moss just disappears completely. You can see as we glide down toward it, that moss will just start popping back in and all the textures will come back. But I do hope they update the render distance issue. That makes it hard, especially for terrain blocks. They have a really bad render distance. But I think this will look really nice. I like the way those blocks play with each other. I think having some of the plated blocks from the VUCA and stuff on the ground could be really nice for like floors and tree huts because it has like the woven effect and other things. So I've just been kind of filling a chest of certain things that I thought could look kind of nice. We may, like if we did a catacombs build, I could pair the well blocks with some more of the mycelium overgrown blocks. So like if I put these two in my inventory, check out how this could look underground as like a spooky catacombs build underneath the forest floor. Something that has like a little secret entrance. Because this village needs everything. We're gonna need like a little graveyard underneath the village. Could be a Halloween special build. Maybe I'll do that. Try to get it done enough to do that as like a Halloween seasonal build. But if we do like well blocks for like columns and stuff, and then we could like fill the middles. That's probably not gonna work. I'll have to do like a little wall. But if we do this with like mycelium here, go ahead and rotate that and put that like there, here. Yeah, look at that. Look at how spooky that could look. With the cobwebs contrasted with these well blocks as pillars, and then I could use these as the floors to play that shroud music. Could be kind of interesting. And but I didn't like these for the above ground builds because it's too spooky. I don't like all the cobwebs. So we won't be doing them for above ground stuff, just the catacomb stuff. Build a treehouse too. Allow guests to come to my server. Had to pick so many who fell and died. Yeah. Grappling hooks helped you a lot. Awesome, awesome. I'd love to see a picture of the treehouse if you want. If you join the Discord server, share a picture of it. That'd be cool. But yeah, I don't see many people building in trees, which I was kind of surprised at. I was figuring like, you know, a lot of people by now with the Revel or this Blackmire biome being out would start building in these giant trees and doing stuff with them. I just haven't seen a lot of that yet, so here we are. We gotta do that for sure. And hopefully it can inspire some more people to do some tree builds. Because I think it's pretty cool. I like tree houses. It's a lot of fun. You love the trampolines? Yeah, those are awesome. Yeah, before this entire biome came out, that was something that the dev team took inspiration from a big build that I did for the first Enshrouded build competition, which was a giant tree. And they added it to the game, obviously, with the Blackmire biome. But this was my first big tree build. This was before any of those new blocks existed and everything. And that's something that I did. I did a big willow tree, used my own flower soil and plantings for the leaves. Again, you can see the terrible render distance that happens here. I don't like that. But if we get up closer to it, all the leaves will kind of pop in and you guys can see some of the detail that I did in there. But yeah, that was a fun one. We've got all the little houses and stuff that sort of wind around. And then we can come up the trunk of the tree, where again I just did a little staircase. We've got our level 4 flame altar there, some little plantings, a little storage room there. So each of these levels like has a little room within it. There's a little bedroom, goes out onto this little tree house, and I put a little doorway at each tree house out onto the branches to sort of glide down. And then we go up to here, another bedroom with the bigger tree house, which is a kitchen, dining area, and then all the way up here, we've got a little reading nook and our little doorway out onto the leaves to sort of overlook with the view. So yeah, this was a fun little build. A little grapple point up at the top. There we go. Just skip the ladder. And this is the very top section of the tree. So this was before the bark material, where I used the fertilized farm soil as the tree bark, which it kind of worked out. With the mod, you can actually place the skeletons. Oh, that would be cool. Oh yeah, I gotta do that. I gotta do that for a Halloween-themed build in Enshrouded. That would be fun. I'd like to see me build a hotel. Ooh, that could be cool. There's a lot of builds. This was kind of the inn and tavern of this build. This is the closest thing I've ever got to a hotel. Was this build right here, where the lower level was sort of like a crafting shop, and then go to the next level where it's the full tavern dining area. Wasn't so great on interiors, but then you've got a bunch of beds for the inn up here and a big bathroom here for all the people. So I gotta do something. I gotta do something big. Gotta do a big inn and tavern build, especially for the forest village. That would be cool. And then yeah, we've got all sorts of little hobbit holes and stuff, but for the big tree village, we'll be using this other hobbit hole that I did as inspiration. That tree's build is cool. Yeah. It was a fun build. Don't mind the hole that I accidentally blew into the roof. We're not going to talk about that. This is the hobbit hole I'm going to use inspiration for the more foresty builds. So I used roof blocks for the front to create the roundedness around the doors and windows. And I've got all of the door frames, creating these rounded tunnels similar to the way it was for the Shire. With a little bedrooms, little bathrooms, other things. So I want to use, we've got like the white luminescent block as skylights, sort of mimicking skylights maybe. But I want to use inspiration from this build that I did to create more hobbit holes and things within the forest village. And that's kind of where I started pulling the block palette off of. Because you can see here the front of this is the roof blocks, where it sort of has that plank look. And so that's why on the tree build, I want to do the loft of it out of those roof blocks to again sort of create that that effect there. So if I go back to this one here, you can see that that loft portion, being the roof blocks as the siding, will match the hobbit holes really nicely as I sort of get those built as well. But yeah, I love all the new things they added with this Blackmire update, the little twig windows and other things. And I have a lot of fun with this. But with that, we're getting close to what I wanted to. I don't have it done, obviously. I'll have to go back and sort of work it a little more with some of the building in here. Maybe maybe we do a little bit more work on the tree here, just so you can see like a fully completed stair and how I'm gonna continue it. But I'll kind of continue it off camera a little bit for some of this stuff. But I could go. We can sort of pull this back. Oops. Is that? Oh, that's just the texture. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, how that kind of comes down. We can sort of put that there like that. Maybe delete those two top ones. Yeah, sort of creating like an arched effect here that I can go further with for other things. This is the kind of stuff I'll do just a little bit off camera, is continuing to perfect this, going all the way up. So sort of destroying those two. And then the two above it here. Yep, I think that's it. So something like that. We'll kind of put some vines and a bunch of other stuff to sort of mix into all of that and create it, make it look really nice. But the more weight I can kind of take off of this, the better I think it'll look. Yeah, those are looking cool. And then I could even hollow out like a center portion here for like a little lanterns to hang down from for the official lighting, because these torches are just floating now. We'll put those in a better spot. And then I'll figure out what to do in these corners. What I may do is, like, for the start of the next video, I'll kind of show you guys what I did to update this. And like I said, I want to put like some wood here, hang some vines down, fill out these corners with something. That's why I didn't do anything in the corners there. And then those will trim out whatever doorways that I put in here. It'll trim it out really nicely. So I've sort of got a vision, a bit of a vision of what this could look like. Right now, it looks like kind of a blocky mess, but it's better than it was before. We've got an official stair up here now. Oh, I kind of like the rounded feel on there rather than destroying all of those blocks. I don't know. We'll see what I end up doing. That's kind of the plan here for a lot of it. And then we got to put a floor down here. I want to officially trim out a doorway here. We'll use a little round door in the tree with some nice vines hanging around it and stuff. To do a cozy little door here with some little stepping stones that go across this area. And then, like I had said in the very first video where I planned out this build, these little platforms will make for great spots to build houses and things. Or we'll build a little tiny tree over here with a hobbit hole under it and stuff. And I even might do like other builds that I haven't done before, little mushroom houses, whatever I can think of, I guess, to really deck out the forest. And we'll just go crazy with this build with lots of fun videos and streams. But with that, I guess today's stream, mostly what we did was that staircase. And I'll keep sort of refining that, but that's the plan. You guys can now understand how this staircase is all gonna go together and how it's gonna work, how I'm gonna have little doorways coming off of it and things like that. We went over the block palettes, which I'm really happy on now. Feel really good about all of that, how it's all gonna look together. I think that moss roof thing is gonna be really cool. And so yeah, thank you guys for all the input on what we've got going down here for the little test build. I think doing that on a bigger scale is gonna look really great. Sort of trimming all that out. Yeah, I can only imagine that with like multiple roof lines and coming out in different directions. I think it'll look pretty neat. So, with that said, I don't want to keep y'all too long for something like this. It's been an hour-and-a-half stream, which I think is good. We got some of the planning done today. I want to be able to have these streams watchable after the fact for those who want to go back and watch the replay and stuff like that. Hopefully the YouTube issues didn't cause it to get all really weird, but I'm glad YouTube kind of came back. Apologies for the times that it was cutting in and out and stuff today. But as I said, if that ever happens, just head over to Twitch. I'll most likely be live there as well. And hopefully it won't be cutting out, so I'm glad that worked for today. And with that said, I do appreciate you all joining. This was a lot of fun. I always like tinkering around and building and stuff. Hopefully you guys like these types of streams. I know they're a little more boring or whatever than big exploration streams of new updates and stuff, but they're a lot of fun, and I figured if I'm